Today we're going to do a little bit of an experiment here with some Keen sandals. I've got a pair on the left that are a pink or peach color, and the pair on the right are purple. And of course, the pair on the left is going to a girl that doesn't like pink, and the pair on the right is going to a boy that doesn't like purple. So today we're going to try to change the color of these two rather than buy new Keens. The Keens came from their cousins, so generous hand-me-down there, but in order to make use of them, we're going to try to color them. And what we're going to try to do that with is a white synthetic dye in the color of graphite. This is available from Hobby Lobby for $4.99. They didn't have black at the time that this was purchased, so graphite seems to be close enough. At best, I think the purple, if this works at all, I think the purple pair will turn out pretty well. If anything, there'll be a dark purple, a very dark purple, which should be tolerable. This other pair that's in a pink or a peach, well, we'll see. Maybe because it's lighter, it'll take on more color. I'm not sure. The first thing we'll need to do is clean these guys up, and I already started to clean the pair on the left. This one's wet. We'll want to get all of the dirt out of the fabric mostly, but since this will all be going into a pot of warm or hot liquid, I haven't read all the rules yet, but we'll want to make sure that the dirt is off the soles of the shoes. So we will go ahead and get started with scrubbing down these shoes. The shoes are clean, and I've been reading the instructions on the back of the right synthetic dye bottle. It talks about some time that it takes to change the color of various fabrics to the desired color, and I see where it says 30 minutes up to 60 minutes. Of course, get some gloves. The other thing that I believe you need is some dish soap. So with these few ingredients, we should be on our way. This is a 12-quart pot that I'm working with here. The shoes fit. I just need to get some water poured in here and bring the temperature up to 200 degrees, so just below boiling for H2O. And they recommend having a thermometer, so I do have a thermometer here to monitor that temperature. We'll go ahead and get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we are pretty close to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. I think we're in the 190s right now. It does say to be greater than 200, but not quite boiling. So, sitting right at about well, I think we're at 200. Okay, so right at 200. I'm going to turn the temperature down a little bit so we don't exceed that here in the meantime. And I'll get my rubber gloves on, begin to add the ingredients. Remember, that's 1 teaspoon of dish detergent. We'll be adding that 1/2 a teaspoon at a time. And then the instructions define how much of the right dye to put into the mixture, but since we're not really dyeing traditional fabrics, we're going to estimate how much we should put in here. So first of all, we shake this bottle up very well according to the instructions, and you know, they talk about adding 1/2 a bottle for 2 adult large t-shirts. The material on these sandals are quite a bit less than t-shirt material, but I've got a large volume of water here, so I am going to add, I think, I'm just going to commit to adding the entire bottle. I've got basically one shot at this. I won't be doing this again, so I'm going to commit to adding the whole entire bottle here. Just making sure not to splash, because I'm sure this stuff will, if it doesn't dye the sandals, it'll certainly dye my shirt. Okay, so we are all empty there. Okay, here we go. We're about to submerge the sandals. You know what? We'll do one more temperature check here. 200 and climbing. 201. 202. All right. I think we're in good shape here. Gonna go with the pink ones first. In they go. And they float, so we'll have to have something to weigh them down. Purple ones next. I believe these are, I think a size 1 on the purple, and perhaps a size 2 on the pink. Okay, to weigh this down, I've got a 5-pound dumbbell here. I've got a second one if we need it, but that seems to be doing the trick. And I see that I appear to be boiling a little bit here, so I'm going to turn the temperature on the stove down just a little bit. Okay, so the timer is starting. This is either going to be a half-hour exercise or a 1-hour exercise. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes and we do have a problem. It appears that the rubber has started to separate from the sole, the insole separating from the outsole, I guess, and it's expanding a little bit. So what I'm hoping we can do here is, and what I'm talking about is right here. So the glue is probably melting or dissolving, and this part of the inside of the shoe appears to be expanding. I'm not exactly sure what's happening. The color appears to be taking. So what I'm going to do after a half hour here is I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off and begin the rinse process. And what it says to do here is rinse in warm water, then gradually cool water until the rinse water runs clear. Wash in warm water with mild detergent by hand or in your washing machine with an old towel. Well, these aren't going into the washing machine, so this will go through a series of rinses from warm water down to cool water. So I'll begin that process now, and then I'm sure the swelling will stay until the humidity, or the moisture, I should say, within the shoe will leave, and perhaps I can get some shoe glue and fix that part of the shoe. But otherwise, the color appears to be taking, and the damage that I'm talking about appears to be only on the size 2 pink shoes. The size 1 purple shoes so far look okay. I went ahead and rinsed the sandals. Yeah, I probably ran about 10 to 15 bucketfuls of water going from warm to cool. And the water has run, for the most part, pretty clear. Although if anyone has worked with right dye before, you'll probably recall that it never really runs clear, at least initially. Probably have some diminishing returns after more and more clear rinses or cold rinses. But what you have here is a first look at the wet shoe. This is the pink sandal, and what it looks like at this point. It looks like it's going to take on some type of dark purple or brown, perhaps when it's dry. The sole is coming apart a little bit. I don't know. These are used shoes, so I don't know how much was originally damaged to begin with, although I'm sure the temperature and the extended water bath here accelerated some of that. The other shoe is a little bit worse off, but I think if it hasn't shrunk, I think some type of adhesive will fix that up. So that's the second one. The purple shoe, the smaller one, it has appeared to darken up quite a bit. And when this one dries, perhaps this one will be a dark purple like I had predicted. I don't think it's quite graphite, but we'll see. I think for the most part this is going to be a success. We'll let them dry. I know even the right instructions say that while the material's wet, it's definitely a lot darker, and that's pretty much common sense. But we'll give it some time here. We'll let it dry out and give you the before and after shot. Well, here we are about 48 hours later. The shoes have dried, and you can see the color difference here. I'll have a before and after shot on the video that you can see. Originally, the size 1 with the purple color is now a really dark purple, and the size 2 shoe on the left here that was originally a pink or a peach has probably been the most dramatic change, and that's now a bit of a brownish purple color here, a bit lighter than the purple pair on the right side. What was interesting is that the suede, I think this material on the back of both of these had taken the color right away. This was a pinkish color before. Now it's completely gray or graphite color. Also, the bottoms of the shoes have taken a lot of color, and the Keen logo on the sides went from yellow to black, really. So I'd say it was a success. We'll see if the kids will want to wear these shoes. I think they will. Going back to the separation that we had with the larger shoe, I do have to glue that up. So we had some separation down on the side here. I think that was due to the temperature of the water just affecting the adhesive for that particular shoe. It didn't affect it on the smaller pair. So I'll fix it up with some glue. I have a choice of 2 glues here, 2 adhesives, a Goop brand Sport and Outdoor adhesive. I don't think I'm going to use this. I think it's going to be too weak. And then the E6000. E6000 has never let me down on all kinds of applications. May not be the best for shoes, but we'll see. I think I'm going to go with that.